What is happening, my people? This is Tim Dodd with the Tim Dodd Show, and today I want to show you a LinkedIn hack that's going to allow you to reach out to thousands of people every single month on LinkedIn. We're literally reaching out to over 1 million people on LinkedIn a month, and we're helping our clients reach out to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Maybe you go, Tim, I don't want to reach out to a few thousand a month, but I'm restricted by the LinkedIn 100 connection requests per week. Wherever you're at, whether you're looking to scale a little, couple clients a month, or you want to get a ton of clients a month, I'm going to help you do that today. We recently had a very large marketing agency reach out to us for help. They're doing over $100 million a year. They're literally landing 70 to 90 clients every single day. Every single day. These guys are crazy what they're doing, and they reached out to us because they said, we've tried LinkedIn and we could not get it to work. And we need volume. We need hundreds of meetings if this is going to be a fit for Pima and us to work together. And I told them, the reason why most people fail on LinkedIn is that they're trying to do the standard small reach out. And to be successful with your reach out on LinkedIn, I have a whole training on how to do the messaging, very step by step. Make sure to go to the description if you want to see how to do the actual messaging. I want to help you out there. I really do. But this video is going to walk you through how you do the bulk outreach very systematically and in a way that's highly efficient, so you can get leads and customers flowing into your business. Now, I told them to be successful, a small business needs to be reaching out to at least 10,000 people a month, and a larger company needs to be reaching out to at least 100,000 people a month. Specifically for what they wanted to achieve through LinkedIn would require 400 to 500,000 outreaches, connection requests on LinkedIn a month. But everybody goes, whoa. What about the LinkedIn limitation of 100 a week? And how are you even doing that? How are you even pulling that off? Now, while a lot of other people are going to tell you to do 6 or 7 or 10 different strategies to get volume on LinkedIn and all these complexities, and go connect with groups and then message people in groups and then use your emails once you're out of messaging, and then all of these complexities make for both a lot of work, extra time, and a lot of complexity, which makes it hard to scale. It makes it, the more complex something is, the harder it is to train somebody, the harder it is to scale it. So I actually want to give you 2 very specific strategies that we're using to reach out to over 1 million people a month on LinkedIn alone, and how you can use this on a smaller scale inside your business to get a volume of leads on LinkedIn efficiently, and then ultimately remove yourself from having to do it, so that your time is spent either working with clients or growing the client base, or freaking taking a vacation if you want. And that's what is important, is that we're not slaves to our computer and typing. And there will be some work that you have to put in up front, but ultimately we want this thing to run and work and grow and scale our businesses without us having to be there. I know 2 strategies doesn't sound like much, like, Tim, I've heard that there's 10 strategies to really maximize this, but the reality is, whether you're looking to get to your first $10,000 a month, you're looking to blow past $100,000 a month, or you're like this agency that came to us that's already doing $100 million in business a year and is looking to scale past that. These 2 strategies are highly effective. Before we jump in, if you want more resources on how to sell, how to scale, and how to ultimately remove yourself from the business, make sure to subscribe and click that bell. All of these resources that we're going to give you are free. We have clients that pay us tens of thousands of dollars a month to do this for them. If you're a smaller business, we want to help get you and make you successful where you're at right now and take your business to the next level. So make sure to subscribe, click that bell, so when we bring you new content, you're the first to hear about it. All right, so what are these 2 strategies and how can you use them? Well, I promise I'm gonna get into that. What I wanna do right now really quick is give you an overarching idea of the strategy of how we are looking at this, not just the technicals, but overall. So number 1, we want to do a direct outreach with our message. We want to be very direct in how we can help somebody, and very specific. I have a whole training on messaging. You can get that video, that YouTube video in the description. Click on that. I'll walk you through exactly how we get specific and direct with messaging in a way that actually gets a lot of attention. If you are beat around the bush or friendly or talky or chatty, it's going to make a lot of work for you to respond to all these messages, because they're just going to be people that don't have time. And two, it's not going to get great results. A direct message is going to get 5 to 10 people out of every 100 to say, yes, I want to meet with you. If you're doing the talk and the chat and chit chat, you're going to get maybe 1 or 2 out of 100 that are going to want to meet with you. And it's going to take you 3 or 4 times as long just chit chatting with people that just want to chit chat. So you want to be direct in the messaging. And what we do is we create conversation responses so that we know if they say not interested, tell me more, follow up with me. We already have all of those responses to those pre-created, and then ultimately we're going to hire a VA that can then take the system we built and do that so that we're not tied to the business, so that we can be reaching out to tens or even hundreds of thousands of people a month without having any time investment on our side once the system is set up. So that's the overarching what we're thinking about. Again, I have a whole nother training on how to do the messaging in more detail, but that's the overarching of how we do our system. So number 1, we want to reach out to thousands of people and ask them to connect. But Tim, LinkedIn limits you to 100 per week. Now, I don't know when you're watching this video, but at this time, there's not many people that know about using the email to do bulk outreach. So with LinkedIn, you can insert emails en masse into LinkedIn and actually ask people to connect via email. So you can find an email, buy an email list. I'm not going to go into detail on this here, but there's tools that'll scrape LinkedIn for emails. That'll you can get emails anywhere. There's so many sources. Look up where can I get personal emails, and when you can buy those or get those in bulk, you can actually insert them into LinkedIn. There's several places you can do that. But when you go to connect with somebody, that's one place where it's going to go, hey, do you know this person's email? You can ask them to connect, but there's also a place where you can bulk connect with them. I don't want to put the screenshot in here just because LinkedIn is changing where it's at all the time. So just make sure to play around with your LinkedIn. There's a way to ask people. You can literally copy and paste all the emails in masse and reach out to thousands of people a month. When I think about doing stuff like this, I actually think about the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman. And if you don't already know, Reid Hoffman built LinkedIn's first million users using what he would call gray area marketing, meaning he did this email hack where he was just emailing people en masse to get them on this platform. So any of those terms of services that you see in LinkedIn, or those purists that go, I would never want to break LinkedIn's terms of service, Reid Hoffman himself, go get the book. I think it's Blitzscale or Scale Blitz or something like that. Reid Hoffman in his book says if you want to scale your company, you have to be willing to play in the gray areas. And Reid Hoffman himself used basically email spam to scale himself to the first million users. So any of those terms of service that you see on there where, hey, I don't know if I want to reach out to more than 100 people a week, like literally the founder himself said, if you want to scale, you have to do this. And it's kind of interesting that inside of LinkedIn to scale, you can actually use emails, which was the original way that Reid Hoffman himself grayscaled to the 623 million users now. He got his first million by using questionable gray hat areas. And he says in his book, in his podcast, you have to be willing to do that. So I just think it's funny that the way to actually hack this and get large quantities is through the same way that Reid Hoffman used email to get his first million users. Another way that you can do, there are some softwares out there that will go and ask a person to connect, and once you've hit your limit, it will insert the email. It'll find their email and insert it to make that automated. Just be very, very, very careful because you can get your email, your LinkedIn account permanently banned. You see, LinkedIn does not like you running automations on the platform. LinkedIn softwares you can just Google and find. LinkedIn already knows about those, and they figure them out. They figure out the patterns. They feed those patterns to the AI. So their AI, the LinkedIn AI, can detect when you're using a software. I remember when they started first doing this, they were doing stuff like, hey, are you using Linked Helper? Hey, are you using DuckSoup? And they started being so specific about the software that you were using, and then they would ban your account. So if you're using these big bulk ones like DuckSoup or Linked Helper or any of the ones that come out that you can find on Google, you have a big risk of getting your account banned. If it gets banned, you just don't want that to happen. So we actually use a private software. You cannot find them on Google or anywhere. The way to actually get introduced to them is through a private introduction. So it's very, very important if you are going to be using automation on that. I would not go with just one that you can find on Google or Bing or whatever, because there's just a big risk there. So once you have the meetings coming in bulk, what do you do? How do you respond to those? Now, there's obviously a software that can as well do the response when people first connect, but let's go over essentially what you want to do is when people connect, you want to send them a direct pitch. And again, I have a whole training. You can click that training in the video or in the description down below. It's another YouTube training. I walk you through how to do the message, but you want to do a message, you want to get them pitched, and then you want to actually create conversation responses. So if they say, hey, interesting, tell me more, you have a more information response. If they say, hey, let's book a call, you have a let's book a call response. If they say F off, I guess you could have an F off response. But you have a response for all of these pieces. And what you do is you create that tree, the conversation tree, you perfect it, your time's efficient, and then you pass that off onto a $50 a week virtual assistant. So now you have tens of thousands of conversations going out, and then the ones that are coming back to people that are responding to you is now being handled by somebody else that cost you about $50 a week. So now you have leads coming into your business en masse, so you can start working on your sales processes, your warm-up systems, closing deals, and working on onboarding clients, and ultimately building a business that can run and scale without you having to be locked into LinkedIn screen all day. People are always asking me, well, Tim, what about group marketing? And what about using emails and all of those pieces and components? My question to them is always, would you rather get results using these two strategies, the bulk outreach and the bulk response to the outreach and getting that VA and then getting bulk meetings coming in that way? Or would you rather get less meetings for twice the time, managing groups and managing emails and managing 5 or 6 or 7 different strategies? And people are, well, duh, I'd rather get more results for less time and money and effort. And that's the reality, is when you try to make things all complex and then you go hire a VA to manage it for you, they're gonna be like, okay, I gotta do this, and then if you say you try to now scale that, so you're having 6 or 7 of your team's LinkedIn profiles being managed, and now they have all these moving parts, it gets complex. If you want to have a scalable, reproducible system like this large marketing agency that came to us, we're going to be getting them 500 meetings a month. And I have a bonus training for you, whether you're looking to get to your first $10,000 a month or you're looking to blow past 100K a month. Make sure to get that training. It's going to show you not only how to get meetings and warm them up and sell them, but it's going to show you how to do it highly efficiently in a very automated way so that you can have a business that runs and grows without you. That free resource is going to be at the bottom, but before I give that to you, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you got value from this. If you didn't get any value, don't like, don't comment, don't subscribe at all. But if you did get value, that's the only thing I ask. All these resources are free because I want to help you sell more and scale more. And if you got value, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. The free training I told you about is right down below. Make sure to click it so that you can sell more and you can scale more. This is Tim with the Tim Dodd Show, and I will see you in the next one.